war with Gregory's ex when I didn't know her. You know, she wanted me to go to war with Gregory's ex when I didn't know her. I was like, I don't understand why, because I don't know her. Why would I be upset? There's no reason to be upset. When I came into it, I even felt like Toya, she really wanted me to go to war with.
Hey y'all, how you doing? This is gonna be some piping hot tea. Are you ready? Are you ready? I just got a little few things to say, and that's going to end this piping hot tea. But let's start off. Let's talk about Wendy Williams. Let's talk about TAMAR BRAXTON. Just 3 top things today. And bitter tea, aka sweet tea, aka teeth and gums, aka Dr. Gregory's wife. Just jokes, people. Just jokes. But let's start with TAMAR, because that's gonna be quick. I'm just gonna give a quick analysis of what she said and give my opinion on TAMAR. So I really don't like to report on TAMAR because I don't like that lady. But she in the news. She's in the news, okay? I don't hate the lady. I just don't like her. Now, back when they were on Braxton Family Values, even though Tracy was my favorite, I thought that TAMAR, come on, let me keep it real. I thought she was the entertainment. Then she started having all these beefs with people when she was on the real. I mean, she had beef with who she called her best friend, Tamika Tiny. Then she had a beef with Toya. Then she had beef with Monica. She got mad at Monica because Monica appeared on the show after she got fired. And then she got into this relationship with David Abatabo. I don't remember what his last name is, but he was African. That didn't play out right. Then she got involved with JR, her contestant, right? Then the contestant and Candy and Todd got into it. Okay, so this is what we're going to start off with. So, what had happened was, I'm trying to talk like TAMAR, you know. Of course, you can't pop your lips like her, but I'm popping my lip. So, you remember back in the day, TAMAR had an issue with the mayor of Atlanta, a.k.a. Candy. That TAMAR be saying some funny shit sometimes. I ain't gonna even lie. But she's the one who brought the whole story to the forefront, right? So around that time, allegedly, now remember everything is alleged, and in my opinion, hit the notification bell button and like video. So allegedly, TAMAR was why am I so tickled at that fool? Because she made me laugh. TAMAR went around there alone in the past, right? She ate at the OLG. Now, from the stars' perspective, hello, the stars. No one gives Candy's restaurant good reviews. They say it's a tourist trap. They said Tide is cheap, and you could tell, right? Now, we saw a little glimpse of that though. Now, come on, Candy. Come on, you know I love you like a step-baby cousin, but let's keep it 100. We saw a little glimpse of the behavior of her staff on the OLG TV show. Don't you wanna go to the place to be where strangers become family over fried chicken and mac and cheese and 3 old ladies recipe? Won't you and the family come and hang with Candy and gang? Oh, I love that show. I don't care what people said about the service and the food. I just enjoyed that show. Now, that was good reality TV to me. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So, TAMAR gives her unbiased, clearly, analysis of the restaurant. She said the food was cold, the food was nasty. Then you still have to pay when it's cold and nasty. We ain't like that. You know we ain't like that around here. You know, and in the Atlanta street, I don't go around my friends and none of us gonna say, hey, when we gonna ready to get hungry and we get ready to go out to somebody to find something to eat. We don't just like everybody. Nobody says, hey, let's go to the old lady gang. Uh-oh. Okay. Candy has not responded that I know of, but if she does, I'll bring you the tea. But that's neither here nor there. Point is, she came back and said that she apologized. That was old. That was at the height of the beef. But then she sticks her foot in her mouth again and says, well, they started. Tamar, Shavante, Bernadine, Braxton. No, they didn't start it because I didn't have a clue. And I don't know nobody else who had a clue about what beef was going on between you and Candy until you said, call that lady husband the mayor. Now, I see growth in you, okay? I follow you, so I got the clips. So I do see growth. Continued peace and blessings to you. Continued growth to you. I hope it all works out in your favor. Now let's get on down to the marriage to medicine. Now you all know that I recap marriage to medicine. Look into my playlist. You will find a beautiful selection of recaps of marriage to medicine. And you all know that even throughout all of the drama, I have always been team quiet. I was team quiet when Mariah brought her on the show. And I'll tell you why I was team quiet, because I always root for the underdog. You will not ever catch a recap from me and see that that's not my stance on everything. So Gucci had the bigger follow. I mean, Selena had the bigger following between the beef and between So Gucci and Selena. I rolled with So Gucci because I looked at the tape and then I can tell when somebody is about to be bullied because of fandom. Okay. Then I rolled with Candace. Of course, I rolled with Candace from Monique beef. So I thought at that time, once everybody had seen the show, that they would know that that fight was not Candace's fault. Because you could look at the videos and see that Candace was avoiding Monique on every episode up until episode 5. Everybody has episode 5 etched in their memory. Season 5, episode 5, okay? So, then there's that. So, that there's me riding with the underdog again. Same thing with Love and Marriage DC. I saw the Barbie gang, or whatever what is gutter Barbie. That damn woman. I saw Monique literally throw Winter up under the bus. And so I rolled with her. Because like I said, I'm going to ride with the underdog. And a lot of people don't see Melody as the underdog on Love and Marriage Huntsville. I do. Because nobody is clarifying, even though she has the bigger fan base, nobody is showing that what's going on behind the scenes. What I believe is what's going on behind the scenes is that they do make plans to come after her because of her fan base. And that's not fair, in my opinion. People know Melody on that show for who she is. And if she's the type of bitch that don't want to fuck with you outside of the show, then that's what it is. And that's the same way I felt about Quiet when they began to gang up on her last season. Which takes us right on into the story about Quiet versus Sweetie. Let's start with the argument from the last episode. I was team Quiet. You go back to when, like I said, I was team Quiet from the beginning. Even when, whole thing with Mariah, Nobody ganged up on Mariah to get her off of her own show. Mariah had the big head. She thought she could run things like Nene. Didn't work out for her. She came out very unlikable. And then that made people gravitate towards Kawhi. Kawhi started having problems with her husband. I get so tired. Kawhi is not married to Medicine, my love. That is so funny to me. But by then, Mariah was extremely, in my opinion, jealous of Kawhi because Kawhi had pulled the fan base. And though that fan base that Kawhi had, even with all her dramatics, was still present when they tried to get her kicked off the show. Now, I'm speaking directly to Sweet Tea. Sweet Tea, Bitter Tea, I'm talking to you, sis. You do a lot. Okay? You ain't no innocent shrieking flower that you want the people to think you are. You come after Quiet. Quiet can be over there minding her own business. But it's the one thing that you're not going to do. That's the same thing that happened with Latricia and Melody. You have a senior and you have a freshman. And 9 times out of 10, when you have a sit down or a disagreement, that senior in reality TV is going to come out on top. Baby, you upset because Quiet got the skills to pay the bills. And it is what it is on that. You can't go toe to toe with someone who is that season of a veteran in this reality TV show game. Now, I know that Dr. Heavenly, Dr. Simone, and Toya swelled your damn head up into believing that if you come onto this show, you could be a good adversary for Quiet, and that will get her off the show. That was the plan, right? According to Dr. Heavenly contradicted herself here because on one hand she said that she wanted Quiet on the show, Quiet off the show with the rest of the cast, and you could see that in the previous season. And then in one instance, she's saying that she wanted Sweet Tea on the show so Quiet can get a check. Either way it goes, Quiet is married to Medicine. I don't give a damn if she don't have Dr. G up on her arm no more. What did y'all want her to do? Stay with somebody who she alleged that was exclusive to her? Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, I forgot I have some more Married to Medicine tea about Phaedra. So let me throw that in here too. And Apollo. So just like Apollo will forever be attached to Phaedra. But that's in here no there. Before I get to the Wendy Williams tea, I'm gonna try to remember to throw in Apollo. But anyway, I said all this to say is Quiet and Sweet Tea are going back. I mean, not Quiet, because Sweet Tea and Toya are going back and forth because Sweet Tea said they clearly brought her on the show either for Quiet to get a check, and Toya used her to pay her pockets. You weren't used, baby girl. In the words of the late great Aaliyah, was your fingers broke? If your fingers wasn't broke, hey, then you could hold the pen and you signed on the dotted line. Am I correct? Okay. So nobody forced you to come on the show. You ain't that damn interested. The storyline in and of itself was interesting, but that quickly wore off. Once they tried to get Quiet out the island and I saw you for the personality that you were, I realized then you couldn't hold the show like Quiet. You definitely are not as entertaining as Quiet. And the other ladies know that. Dr. Jackie is a tree stump. Right? So we got a cold, wet fish, if you will. A dry sweet potato. A raisin. Whew, all the things. But she is married to Medicine. Dr. Simone, loud, rambunctious, and very irritating with a squeaky loud voice. Have mercy. But she is married to medicine. Dr. Heavenly is what all of you say Dr. Heavenly is. She don't give shit of her personal life. But Dr. Heavenly is married to medicine because Dr. Heavenly don't act like anything about on that show. All of y'all can sit around. You try to, team up with Contessa and come against Dr. Heavenly. Dr. Heavenly, she may go home and cry in her pillow and talk to Dr. Damon about her problem. But by appearances, she's unbothered. That's still good reality TV. Right? Now, don't get me wrong. Dr. Jackie is not good reality TV. Ugh, no, not that true song. But again, she fits the show. She fits the show dynamic. Where do you come in? Where do you fit in? That's why I didn't want Phaedra on the show. And it's from Jump Street. I was like, she don't fit into the aesthetic of the show. Even with her fake boyfriend that she tried. So you fit the aesthetic of the show. You're married to medicine. You got your Dr. Gregory. But let's not sit up here and act like you innocent. I cannot stand. Now, this is when people say that Melody always playing victim. This is playing victim. When you had the freedom to not come on an established show with an established group of women, knowing that your husband was previously married to one of those established group of women. One of those women in the group. I don't think they care for Quiet either. But at the same time, they know damn well without Quiet and Mariah, there is no married to medicine. And I don't care how many times she ain't married to medicine. Literally, in a literal sense. Quiet is the show, in my opinion. She's good reality TV, in my opinion. Even with all the dramatics, which those parts of her I do not like. I don't care for it. But Quiet is Miss Quiet. She just got it. She got it. And some people have it and some people don't. And Dr. G knows that you didn't have it. Sis, he know it. And like I said, I mean, your fingers, were fully capable of signing or not signing the contract that was placed in front of you. Nobody pushed you into doing it. So Toya claps back said, what you ain't gonna do is put that on Toya Bush Harris. Toya Bush Harris is from the Harrises, from the esteemed Harris family of doctors. You will not put this on me. Anyway, I am pretentious. I've had 5,000 houses. I dress better than everybody on the show. But you would not put this on me. That's how my mind sees Toya. I cannot stand Toya Bush Harris, but at the same time, she is the pot stirrer on the show. So, therefore, with her coming after you and everybody was talking about how much y'all looked alike and you feel like you were used, but you use them too. Don't you get it? You use them too. Because without them, and without them going against Quiet, there would be no you there. You should have known that you were being used. When they got mad at Quiet and tried to vote her off the island, which did not work. And you couldn't step up to the plate. And then by then, even though I like Dr. Alicia, by then she was under the radar and forgotten about. It was too late for her to step up and even things out with you and her. So, you got what you got. That's what it is. You tried to go toe-to-toe, Quiet, mouth-to-mouth, or whatever. Shit, Dr. Heavenly can't go mouth to mouth quiet. I thought you knew. Did you see her and Mia? Oh no, watch what happens live. That's reality TV gold right there. Even as messy as Mia is, messy Mia. Every time Andy Cohen would ask Mia a question, Quiet would remember what was said on the show and bring it back up to her. It was like Quiet was on that. It was like Quiet was on that show by herself, carrying Watch What Happens Live. So even though, and you talk about the pockets, right? So even though you brought the drama of that storyline to the show, that's a done deal now. Everything was all good in the hood when Quiet didn't have nobody. And then she came up with Sexy King. And Sexy King just blew everything up out the water. Because y'all thought what y'all was going to do was be a bunch of married couples. And Quiet be over there single. Boo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hooing. And over there on the island by herself. And the whole crew was going to come after her. And you was okay with doing that. So that's why I say you not innocent, bubba. Either you, like Toya said, either you roll with it or get up off the train. Because it's going to keep on moving. The train's going to keep on rolling along. Choo, choo. Next, let's get into Wendy Williams. Okay, Wendy is my girl. I miss her. So today is the day of all days. She is supposed to be signing the conservatorship. And I hope everything works out for her. But I want to address the new Tubi movie, Saving Wendy Williams. Now, I haven't seen the show myself. I got this information from TMZ. Oh, my previous, let me cite my source. Woo, don't forget to do that. My previous information on Sweet Tea I got from Jasmine Brand, which I follow on Instagram. Now back to TMZ, who I follow on all platforms, baby. I follow TMZ on the Twitter, X, the Threads, the Snaps of the chats, the Faces of the books, and the, what's that other one? The one that everybody's trying to get rid of. What is it called? And the tips of the talks. So, anyway, Harvey Levin, right? He has a sit down with Wendy Williams. And I'm going to sum this up and I'm going to put it in a nice little bow. Wendy is alleging that her son was the person who flagged her account or got her account flagged. Girl, when I say girl, I know most of the women looking at my videos, but if you're a girl, boy, or a boy, girl, I'm talking to you too, okay? We don't discriminate over here. But anyway, I'm speaking to you like I would be if I was speaking to my best friend, if you will. So anyway, the point is, did y'all hear that boy, I'm grown and I call him a boy, that boy went around there, told his mama that he was going to rent both for $1,500 and ended up renting for $90-some thousand. $1,500, $90,000. Ugh. That's a big difference. Yes, you are rich, but your mama don't work no more. Where she get her money from? Your mama wasn't working when you first went traced your ass down there around there to Miami and went to college. And you down there ordering Uber Eats for over $100,000? Child, children of privilege. That's a very ugly thing. But what I did say, and you did get relieved of power of attorney. So Wendy said, he's horrible. He's a horrible person. He's horrible to me, right? So the judge is the one who allegedly put out there that Wendy had aphasia because she said a lot and all that type of stuff. Well, hell, did you watch her show? If that was the case, I wouldn't have went around telling people that sending out all my condolences and all my sympathies to Wendy and family because they were acting like she was terminal. And Wendy's fine. Wendy was on that stick, okay? In my opinion. And I see it was just really the alcohol. Now, I understand that her son wanted her to get off the alcohol. And that's a serious thing. But outside of that, he was being irresponsible with her coins, right? And a lot of the irresponsibility with her coins, I believe that he was actually misusing and abusing the funds, being that he was a child of privilege. Wendy, that's your fault. I blame you for that because you gave him free reign of that Amex card when he was down to the Miami. Your fault. Because what you should have said, even as a woman of means, was, Negro, you gonna get on an allowance. We don't play that right here. I will give you, I've been saying 1,000, but I'm gonna say, because he is a child of privilege, I would say what could have sufficed for him as a college student and then having an apartment would have been about like $2,500 a month, or him having an apartment, her giving him the allowance of $2,500 a month and not letting a dollar go out of the account past her eyesight, like pay up the rent herself for 6 months, and then when he needs to re-sign the lease for the next 6 months, I'll do all of that. You're not going to get the card to pay your own rent because you're going to be over there pilfering funds to your sorry ass, low down, scheming ass daddy, in my opinion. Okay? So, with that being said, I hope that everything works out with Wendy. In my opinion, I did say I remember saying that he was really very young to have guardianship over her. And then I felt like her father was too old. But the brother, Tommy, and the sister, I said somewhere in there, one of them should have had the guardianship, even though I do not like Tommy, right? But I also said that have them, like with me, and I always go back to my own situation, like with me, have somebody watching them, but letting her have full access to her own money because she's a damn adult, okay? But somebody watching somebody who is watching the conservator or the guardian of the accounts. Like, for example, if the sister was the guardian, like I'm my children's guardian, right? If the sister is, boy, when I tell you that guardianship is something else, boy, I tell you, they act like I'm not even my children's mom. They just call me the guardian, okay? That's how deep that is, okay? So that'll be the same thing with, stop letting strangers do it. That'll be the same thing with Wendy's sister. If they picked her to be Wendy's guardian, the money would be monitored by somebody else and then somebody else monitoring that person. That's just how deep it is. Here's the situation for me. I have an attorney, right? The attorney knows how much goes into my children's account and how much goes out of their account. The attorney, in turn, report whatever I spend or whatever they need for themselves to the VA, right? Because these funds are VA funds, or what you call funds through my children's father, his insurance policy. So it's checks and balances there. Okay? And then my children get an allowance as needed. Okay? So that would be the same thing with Wendy. But again, that guardian, whoever is over her account, that guardian shouldn't be paid. If it's the sister, if it's the niece, the brother, those three people can be over her guardianship and not get paid a dime. Now, Wendy herself, like my children do, my children are allowed to throw me a little something, something for being their guardian. And the checks and balances all balance out that way. But in essence, it's their money. And none of it comes to me directly. So that'll be the same thing with Wendy. We give her an allowance, like with my children. And see, I'm speaking from a professional point of view of somebody who's going through it, right? You give her an allowance for whatever she needs. The guardian, and if Wendy decides, because thank you for being my guardian sister or brother, thank you for being my guardian, she decides if she wants to pay them something for being the guardian. She clearly is not what that judge originally said she was. I'm not even sure she even has a face. I'm not sure she has anything outside of the original illnesses that we all know she had, like the thyroid and the Graves' disease. She seems fine to me. She seems like an old self and detoxed and all that good stuff. Let's keep her clean. And then get that lady her money. Let her have little access to the money. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sweet Tea again. Now, I did not mention Apollo Knight. Real quick, I'm just going to go over there real quickly. Apollo Knight, they say he out there putting his paws on the people. That's what his ex-wife said, and putting his peen in outside cuckoo. Ka-choo. But here's my analysis on that. Did you think you were going to, shout out to Erica Dinero, you know what's coming. Did you think you were going to get a different dining experience? Didn't he show you, just like Dr. Gregory showed Sweet Tea who he was, but she wanted to make him a different person. She don't know him as to be that person that he was to be quiet, when we could clearly see that he's very controlling. High-pitched voice and all. So Apollo, light-skinned and all. Did y'all not see him? How he was treating Sheree, whatever her name is, down to the, what was that, couples therapy, or whatever the name of that show is. I still have that show on my DVR, recorded. I didn't finish it. That's why it's still on there. But anyway, we could see a glimpse of how he was. If not physically, definitely. Let's shout out to Dr. Heaven. Definitely emotionally and verbally. That man ain't no good for nobody, but because he got a little cute aesthetic or whatnot. Well, you know what? When he was doing all that shit with Kenya, and he admitted that he lied on Kenya. See, people don't bring that back up when they call Kenya more a hoe. He admitted that he lied on her. That was it for him then. I didn't see that, just like with Martell. Martell's a handsome man. I don't see the outside aesthetic. I see all that internal. And all that internal is black, dark, and ugly. Okay? That's all I need to see. You could give me a ugly man. And if he is pure of heart, I'll take that over the outside appearance today. And that's on everything. So I believe Shireen. I believe he was adulterous, abusive, son of a bitch. He was an asshole. Get on away from me with this Apollo. Okay? And for some reason, and I can't feel too sorry for Phaedra, but for some reason, the women for Marital Medicine do this often. Look how they did Quiet with Dr. G. It was almost as if they took his side. And that's what it's appearing to be now. Why would you bring this Negro on the show with Phaedra? Now, I am anti-Phaedra in every way, but I'm pro-woman, and that's what she is. And a Scorpio. I give her that. So, why even do that? Why even bring him on the show knowing his history? Now, Sheree, whatever the name is, Apollo Nada's current wife, is allegedly filing for divorce from him. Girl, you met him just like Phaedra met him on a pissy mattress. You met him in the prison system. Again. Shout out to Erica De Niro. Did you think you were going to get a different dining experience? Who he is who he is. And unless he gets extensive therapy, that's who he's going to be. And what's that? I'm going to close. Come on in. Come on in. It's good over here. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell button. You will be notified when I upload a video. Share the video. Because sharing is caring. Follow me on my various other platforms. So they'll be in the description box. And including my Cash App dollars. Again, guys, I am not monetized. I am a single mother. Unemployed. Okay? And this is what I do. So in order to help your girl out and help me keep my channel, because it's not cheap. Excuse me. It is not cheap. Whether you think it or not, it's not cheap. We have, and I'm not going to try to get into it too deeply, but we do have things that we have to pay for in order to keep these channels going. Cameras, computers, graphics, people offering us things to do graphically, and we want to do something different versus what you see. Every graphic that is done on this from my perspective is done by me, and I don't do it on the platforms where I have to pay and then I get the good graphics and I get the good edits and things like that. I have to do it on the ones that offer free editing and free cutting and all that type of stuff. Not to give you a sob story, I'm just saying, and I started my own channel. Like you may be thinking, I didn't tell you to start a channel. And I started my channel, but I started my channel to entertain and to do something that I love. Okay? So that's the only reason why I'm saying, help keep the girl channel afloat. And you can cash at me, like I said, cash at me $1 or $2. Whatever you feel in your heart to give. Hell, I take 50 cents, but and on Cash App, they require that you do it, at least to do $1. And with that, I'm going to close. And as I do when I close, I'm going to chunk them up. Deuces.